Good morning, Henros. It is day 6 on the Shikoku Henro, and today I say goodbye to the scooter. Yes, I gave it to the owner of the Minshuku where I stayed last night. So today marks a new stage of the journey, one where I will be walking the whole way and taking a few trains every now and then. Had breakfast already, of course, incredible, so filling. I feel like I walk 1,000 miles, and I will. But today is only gonna be 15 kilometers. The struggle with the flip-flops is real, especially when you wear a size 11 and they're very, very tiny. Let's visit Temple 19 and get to the base of tomorrow's climb. Very nice forest to kick off the day, but we're back in the road, backcountry roads. Can't believe we just left the city behind, Tokushima. I won't be seeing it again until the end of the trip when I reach Temple 1. Now, today we can talk a little bit about adversity, how to face it. You guys are always telling me in the comments of how I keep a positive attitude in the face of such a negative event. But, you know, there's nothing I can do. The only way out is forward, as I always say, and you have to adjust and roll with the punches. Now that I'm walking, I wish I had my sombrella and my poncho, but I discarded those in favor of the rain jacket just because I had the scooter. So things have changed now. I have to adapt. I had to be like Bruce Lee. What was his famous saying? Be like water, formless. If you put water in a teacup, it becomes the teacup. Water can flow or it can strike. Be water, my friend. Well, here we go, the first Osetai of the day. Thank you so much to that traffic guy. He even put in the effort to speak a little bit of English and wish me a good day. I wish I could speak some Japanese, but if I had to learn every language of all the countries that I visited to, I could work at the UN probably as a translator. You know, every trip that I start, all the pilgrimages that I've done, all the mountain expeditions, I always struggle at the beginning, and I think it's part of the process. You know, you kind of feel like you were dropped here into a new world and you have to learn the customs and the rules and just adjust to the environment, and in my case, even to the time difference. So don't be too strict on yourself, don't be too rigid. I keep going with the cliche phrases, be like a bamboo tree swaying in the wind. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just stick with it. You know, even in Spain at the beginning of this year when I went to do the Camino Frances, which I've done many times already, I had so many issues on the first week, and I just kept pushing and persevering. That's my advice. Temple 19, Tatsuji. This Bekaku head temple of the Koyasan Shingon sect carries a legacy that intertwines with legends and the enduring spirit of devotion. Legend has it that the original temple was founded by Gyoki under the decree of Emperor Shamu during his reign from 724 to 749. Gyoki carved a small golden statue of Jizo Bosatsu with a noble purpose, to invoke the blessings of a safe delivery for Empress Komio. Kobodashi, encountering this small masterpiece in 815, foresaw its potential obscurity due to its size. In a grand gesture, he crafted a towering 1.9 meter statue, encapsulating the golden statue within. Originally located 400 meters west of the present site and nestled near the mountains, Tatsuji thrived within 7 grand buildings. However, the tumultuous Tensho era brought forth fires that ravaged the temple, sparing only the principal image. Rising from the ashes, the temple found its current home with the assistance of Hachizuka Iemasa. The temple's narrative takes an intriguing turn in the 19th century, when Okyo, a former prostitute, sought refuge in Shikoku with her lover, disguising themselves as pilgrims to escape the authorities after killing her previous lover. Okyo's life took an unexpected twist when her hair tangled in the bell rope as she attempted to wring it. Though freed, her hair and part of her scalp remained entwined. Taking this twist of fate as divine sign, the couple embraced Buddhism. Okyo spent her remaining days in a small chapel immersed in prayers, while her lover became a temple worker. Visitors today can witness Okyo's hair and scalp displayed in the Black Hair Hall. In the 20th century, the temple faced another trial by fire, yet the principal image was rescued once again. The subsequent rebuilding effort yielded a 2-story pagoda and a reconstructed main hall. This hall stands adorned with a remarkable ceiling painting, acclaimed as a cultural treasure embodying Japanese-style painting from the Showa era. So that is Temple 19, the one and only official temple that I will be visiting today. But there's a side one that I'm gonna go right now. That's right, there are more temples than just the 88 that we get to go through here. So whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna visit those, especially if they're along the way. Killer calligraphy stamp on this one. Let's go. We're back in the bamboo forest after walking a little bit by the rice fields, and it's been a chill morning, cloudy, cool weather. I think the max today is going to be 25, and I just been on my own the whole time. Look at this place. Hopefully I won't see another snake. I saw one this morning, small one, light brown, and Shikoku is just crawling with snakes, I gotta say. Although not part of the official 88 temples, Chucho-ji is worth a visit. The temple belongs to the Koyasan Shingon sect and is located on the Myoken mountain. According to the temple's legend, Kukai was engaged in his practices when a malevolent star emerged, bringing calamity to the earth. Employing a confidential technique, Kukai managed to bring down the demon star. Kukai retrieved the fallen star, sculpted statues of Myokin and Kokutsu, and enshrined them at this location. Nine-side temple. A little bit of a climb, but not too bad. The hardships of the Henro life. You know, this pilgrimage is over 1,200 years old, and back in the days, the Henros, you know, they knew that the possibility of dying on the pilgrimage was real. That's why we dressed in white, just to accept the fact that we could just pass on to the next life. And if that is the case, then you will be buried wearing your Henro uniform. And that gives me an idea, maybe the day that I leave this world, instead of being buried in a suit, maybe I could get buried in my hiking gear. I don't know. I got lost there for a second. Not too bad, probably about 2 or 3 minutes going in the wrong direction. But when my position is always floating in the map, it's easy to get lost. At least I didn't get lost like on day one. On day one, what happened was that once it loses the signal, it just gets stuck in his last position. So I just kept going that day, and I had the scooter, so I went on for 5 kilometers before I realized the mistake that I had made. Live and learn, that's how it goes here at the beginning of the Henro. You gotta keep an eye out because you still haven't developed the routine, you still don't feel comfortable in your new Henro life, and you're bumping into the walls. It's 11:30 and I'm almost at the Minchuku, not too far away, probably 5 kilometers or so. So there's like a family mart up ahead, and I'm gonna stop there just for lunch and just chill and wait probably for an hour. Weather-wise, super cloudy, but the temperature is just right, man. Not too cold, not too hot. Haven't sweated that much today. So yeah, haven't seen any other Henros either. But you know, I think most people stay near Temple 19, and then today they tackle the climb to Temple 21 and 22, which I will be doing tomorrow. Quiet countryside, man. You see the locals working on their fields or, you know, just walking about. Not that many people. So if you want to come here to reflect and contemplate on your life, this is the spot. This is the place to do so. Talk about facing adversity and being able to adapt quickly. I made it to them in Chuco at one something in the afternoon after walking 21 kilometers today. And the lady that received me told me that she made a mistake and she overbooked the place. And she was so apologetic and constantly apologizing, but she didn't kick me out. She told me that I could stay here in the dining room. She moved the table and I'm gonna spend the night right here. So she also put up this wall, and that is the kitchen right there where we're gonna be having dinner tonight, whoever comes. And I did laundry because, you know, I have to secure it whenever I get the chance. It was only 100 yens and it's drying in the backyard right now. So that's how it goes. I don't mind sleeping here. I mean, we are sleeping on the floor anyways. And I have all my pads right here. I got all my equipment on the couch. And that's how it goes. Check this out. You can get stamps on your kimono. I wouldn't be wearing that as I walk, but that's pretty cool. I think people get them, and then since we're talking about death on the Henro, once you passed on, you can get buried wearing one of those. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. So yeah, I'm gonna have dinner and maybe I'll see you guys when everybody goes to sleep, because they've been preparing the food right there and I don't want to be talking here, you know, and talking about what happened with them in the vicinity. But you know, it's fine, man, it's fine. The only thing I need to talk to them now and ask them is if they're gonna offer some food for tomorrow, because tomorrow we got like a 20+ kilometer day with those two huge mountains and then a hill to Temple 22, and there's no support whatsoever. If they don't provide any food, then I have to go really quickly to Family Mart and get something to eat. Well, the clothes got a chance to dry up, and while the ladies were cooking the meals, they helped me book next Wednesday's accommodation, and then I went on bookings.com and I booked 2 nights in Koshi City. Just had dinner with a group of Henros, older gentlemen. Great food, of course. That's the best part about this trip so far. And you know, you have to be flexible here. I'm gonna be sleeping here on the floor right next to the dining table, but it doesn't matter. What would have been the alternative? They would have told me, we can't take you in, you have to find a place to stay, and then I would have been in big trouble. So tomorrow is gonna be an early wake-up call for me because breakfast is at 6, and I'm sure the lady's gonna show up half an hour earlier just to get it ready. So I'm gonna call it a night just so that I can get a few hours worth of sleep. But of course, I have to thank the Trail Angel of the Day, John Hockey, which he has donated so many times over the years. Thank you so much, sir, for your trail magic and your Osetai and your friendship. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, because tomorrow we got that massive climb, 2 mountains, 1 hill, I don't know, like 20 kilometers, no support. I'm getting like 2 rice bowls here for lunch, and it's gonna be great, of course. See you then.